Earlier this week, Colby Covington ran into Themba Gorimbo at the UFC PI, who was a former teammate of his at MMA Masters. The two were friends. However, the relationship turned sour when Colby kicked Themba out of the UFC PI in 2023, when he was cutting weight for his fight against Leon Edwards.
These hoes down there. The ungrateful motherfucker we used to feed. I think we should just go train around him, actually.
Themba Gorimbo has reacted to this footage and sent a message to Colby. He went on to say, "I like you, Colby. No need to be scared, my guy. But yeah, if you feel or ever feel like I'm an easy fight, please don't hesitate to call me out. I know you desperately need a win and won't take a fight in the rankings, and you think I'm an easier fight for you. On the flip side, I desperately want to be in the rankings, and I see you to be the easy way in for me. However, I ain't naive, that I have work to do, but hey, we can bend the rules for once maybe, just so the fans can see what happened in our training sessions. Bless, Colby. Next time say hi. I promise I am just ugly, but don't bite." Justin Gaethje has reacted to the viral video showing the aftermath of his knockout loss to Max Holloway at UFC 300, where he was seen twitching on the canvas following the brutal finish. Despite the outcome, Gaethje says he has no regrets about meeting Holloway in the middle of the octagon and going to war. He insists that he would accept that challenge every single time, regardless of the result. Speaking to media, Gaethje said, "I'm glad I saw it. From what I saw, I was trying to get up and fight. It's just what I do. I choose fight instead of flight every single time, and that's what I expect for myself, to try to get up. I love fighting. I got my ass knocked out last fight, and I'm dying to get back in there and get that back. At the end of the day, all these guys are very, very dangerous. We went through our options. I wanted Arman Tsarukyan or Charles Oliveira, but if I was them, I would never take the fight, and I do not blame them for that. Renato Moicano piped up and then did not take the fight. That was my best option, and then it was just not fight, and I've been working so hard, that really wasn't an option for me. I'm grateful for Fiziev. He was halfway, probably more than halfway across the world, however big the world is. He took the fight. He came over here. I applaud him for that. I love to perform and I was ready to perform. I was trying to make it happen. If you've ever seen me fight, you know I will accept that challenge every single time. When Holloway pointed at the ground, I said yes and ran to the middle. So absolutely." Controversy has sparked ahead of UFC 315 after fans noticed Belal Muhammad is the only fighter on the official UFC.com event page without a flag displayed next to his name. Belal, who is proudly represented by the Palestinian flag, has addressed the situation, saying he hopes the omission was a mistake and will be corrected.
So people keep asking me, "Where's your flag?" I started getting multiple messages from it, and I was just assuming it was a mistake, but it's still not addressed. So I'll address it and hope that Dana addresses it as well, fixes it, because Dana said he's all about free speech. He's all about people supporting who they want to support and not muting or silencing anybody. So I'm hoping that the UFC fixes this issue and puts my flag next to my name, so the people that I represent, the people that I fight for, and the people that I train for will see their flag next to their champion's name.
Israel Adesanya gives his prediction for the rematch between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. Izzy doesn't believe Gaethje's recent knockout loss to Max Holloway will have any impact on the fight. He feels that if Gaethje fights smart and disciplined, he'll defeat Fiziev once again.
Depends on how this fight plays. Gaethje might be like, fuck it, I want the belt next. I think Fiziev is a guy who is always in shape, so he's always ready to go. 3 weeks notice, rematch, he knows what he's risking, and he knows what he's faced before. He had his success in the fight. I'm sure they'll come prepared. Gaethje as well, it's a rematch. It's just gonna go crazy, bananas.
I mean, last time you saw Gaethje was against Max, and he had that,
Oh, was that the last? Oh,
yeah,
yo.
that's the last time, yeah. So
True.
He's taking
okay,
at least a year. It'll be a year in April.
If he fights smart, it wouldn't have to be a factor, because you can, like you see in the 3rd round of that last fight with Fiziev, he had good head movements. So yeah, hey man, this is one of those ones I'm just gonna roll the dice. But because Gaethje's 1-up, I think I won't be surprised if Fiziev wins, but for betting reasons, and I hope Gaethje fights smart, because now you've accepted the idea of the Max Holloway fight in my head, but I'm like, nah. I think if Gaethje fights smart, it won't be a factor.
He's got a full camp.
Exactly, and he's at a full camp. And also, short notice Fiziev, it's a risk, but if he gets it done, it's a big win for him over a guy who already beat him. But for betting reasons, I'm gonna go Gaethje in this fight. I think Fiziev's too tough to finish sometimes. I'm gonna go decision. How many rounds? 3 rounds?
3, yeah.
Yeah, decision. I think it's gonna be decision. If it was 5, I might be like, okay, maybe not, but I think decision.
Alex Pereira disagrees with the idea that Magomed Ankalaev is the toughest challenge of his light heavyweight title run thus far, though he does acknowledge that Ankalaev is deserving of a title shot. Pereira also responded to Ankalaev's recent comments about planning to strike with him rather than rely on his wrestling, suggesting that Ankalaev is already making excuses ahead of their fight.
Pra ser sincero, I honestly didn't expect all of this, but I've always said that you gotta be ready and you got to take your opportunities, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm just a very focused guy, and I feel like I've had a lot of growth, I've had a lot of improvement, and thankfully I was able to put in a great year like last year. I don't know if it's my biggest challenge. We'll see about that, but I don't think he's my biggest challenge, but he's obviously well deserving. He put in all the work and he deserves to be in the spot that he's in now. I've really been training a lot of grappling since I left kickboxing. Even before the UFC, I had a fight in the LFA, so I knew that that was something that necessary that I had to do to be able to compete in MMA, so I've been focused a lot on that. He's saying that he wants to strike with me, that he's not going to try to take me down, but honestly, that's what all of my opponents have said. They all said that they want to strike with me. A couple of them try to take me down, and I got right back up, but partly I believe that's a little bit of an excuse, because it's easy to say, oh, I did it, I went in there and I did exactly what I was going to do, but it's a lot harder to find me in there. I'm very grateful for all the love I get from the fans. I feel like I'm very welcome everywhere I go, and everyone wants to just really treat me very well anywhere I go. But this is the highest level of the sport. A lot of people are trying to get to this position, so I'm just really grateful. I don't know yet. Kind of the same way how I started. My only goal was to become the champion. I got there, and everything's just kind of been happening naturally, and I'm taking these opportunities. I just want to get out of there with a victory. It doesn't matter how it is. People always ask me for every fight, oh, you're gonna knock him out or whatever. I never say it, because what's important is to go in there to fight well for 5 rounds, and most importantly, not to be a contested victory. So I just want to come out there with a win.
Kamaru Usman reacts to Belal Muhammad shutting down Leon Edwards following his recent comments about a potential title shot. Leon claimed that if he defeats Sean Brady at UFC London, he'll be next in line to fight for the welterweight title. However, Belal quickly fired back, reminding Leon that he'll have to wait 3 years just like he was forced to when Leon held the belt. During Leon's reign as a champion, he often dismissed questions about fighting Belal, laughing off the idea of a rematch, and now Belal plans to return the favor. While Usman finds the back and forth hilarious, he actually agrees with Belal, pointing out that there's a long list of contenders already waiting for their shot at the welterweight title, including himself.
Belal, remember the name Muhammad.
Oh man, I don't really remember it, but that was actually pretty funny. And yeah, it's come on, bro. I mean, it's crazy, but it's a line up there at welterweight right now. It's a line.
Yeah.
You got myself still up there in the mix. You've got.
I don't think so, but and I will say this, Kamaru. Yeah, Shafkat. Yeah, what the f?
Still in the mix. You got myself in there. You've got guys surging now. Irish Brazilian.
Yeah, I was gonna say Leon Gary.
I said
Leon Gary.
You got that kid. You got
Bug Dog.
Yeah.
Bug
you
Dog.
got Joaquin. You got Joaquin still up there as well. So hey, guys making this shot. And then you got Jeff Neal and Carlos Prates. You got Sean Brady. Don't forget that. And listen, I think you need to worry about, for Edwards, just worry about Sean Brady. Sean Brady ain't no punk. Sean Brady ain't no.
I personally think Sean's gonna beat him, bro. With Sean's pressure and his wrestling.
Listen, we'll go through that breakdown later on. But yes, I don't think Sean is no slouch. I think you should be worried about that fight for sure.
Colby Covington and Robert Whittaker share their predictions for the upcoming rematch between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev at UFC 313. They both agree that the matchup is a true pick'em fight, believing it could go either way given how evenly matched Gaethje and Fiziev are.
Yeah. Mate, let's be honest, no one wins this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be I am more excited for this fight them Pereira and Ankalaev. It's just, yeah, it's going to be a wild fight. I guess curious to see how Gaethje comes back and curious to see what Fiziev does differently in their second fight. He had a lot of success with his kicks. Gaethje's a smarter fighter than when he fought the first time. Gaethje's coming off a knockout though. You know, does that affect him? He got hurt a lot in their first fight. This is just, it's such a curious fight. I'm going to pick Gaethje though because I'm biased and I like him a lot.
I like that. I'm going to go with Fiziev just to go the opposite of him. I think it's a great fight. It's a pick-em fight, so it could go either way. It's who's made the adjustments since the first fight.
Ilia Topuria teases that he has an announcement coming soon. Yesterday he posted this on X. He wrote, "When we announce it, you won't believe it. Get ready." Topuria also recently had words for lightweight champion Islam Makhachev in an interview with Hard News. Ilia said, "I wish him all the best, but on the day we meet in the octagon, it doesn't matter who steps first. I will definitely leave the octagon as the winner. I have no doubt about that." Sean Strickland takes a big fall while snowboarding. He posted the footage to his Instagram. He wrote, "At this moment I knew I f***ed up. My goggles were fogged and I decided to take them off last moment. By then it was too late." Tom Aspinall shares his predictions for Alex Pereira against several different opponents. When asked about Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, Aspinall explains why he's favoring Pereira to win. The interim heavyweight champion also confidently states that he believes he would beat Pereira in a fight himself.
Alex Pereira v. Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou.
Alex Pereira v. Khabib.
Alex.
Alex Pereira v. Usyk.
In MMA. Alex.
Alex Pereira v. Tom Stoltman.
Alex.
Alex Pereira v. a rugby tackle.
From me.
A minute. I'm used to people.
Alex.
Alex Pereira v. Prime GSP.
Alex. He's too big. Too big for him, mate.
Alex Pereira v. Ankalaev.
Tough one, but I think under the circumstances, with the Ramadan stuff, Alex.
Alex Pereira v. your guard dog Olympus.
Wouldn't fancy that. Olympus.
Alex Pereira v. Dana and Hunter.
In a scrap at the same time. Alex.
Alex Pereira v. Brock Lesnar.
I think Brock might beat him, you know. Brock.
Alex v. Tyson Fury.
In MMA, Alex, easy.
Alex Pereira v. 2 Sean O'Malley's.
I think 2 Sean O'Malley's will beat him though.
Alex Pereira v. Tom Aspinall.
Tough fight, but I think I beat him.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says John ain't gonna fight Tom. The second one says John Jones to fight his wife in an anticipated trilogy. And the final one says he was right. Tom's gonna retire John without fighting him. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.